Hello everybody, Shelly here. Welcome back. If you're new here, I am not a makeup artist. I am a lady of a certain age who likes to play with makeup. And I recently just did a ginormous E.L.F haul. I didn't get all of the new releases, but got a lot of products that I'd been curious about for a while, trying out some new things, stepping out of my comfort zone, trying products that maybe aren't marketed for ladies of a certain age, maybe a different demographic. I'm going to show you guys what I got in my most recent haul, and I would love for you guys to leave me a comment down below. Tell me, what is your experience with these products? Do you enjoy them? Have you tried them? Have you been curious about them? First thing is, I picked up a couple new brushes, and I've had pretty good luck with the E.L.F eyeshadow brushes in the past. One of these is a highlighting brush, and one of them is a blurring brush. I don't know what a blurring brush is used for. I mean, do you use that for complexion products? Do you use that for blush? I'm curious as to what a blurring brush is. And I definitely didn't need more brushes, but how can you walk away from the prices? Like, the prices are so good. It's like it encourages you to try some things. And if you guys aren't familiar with this, if you order, I know you can get a lot of E.L.F products in drugstores, but I've found that if you order directly from the E.L.F website, pretty much every order I placed, I've been able to pick up a couple free products, and they give you like 4 to 6 to choose from, and you get to choose 2. I've picked up some lip products that I've really liked. In fact, I think one of them I'm wearing today. I've picked up under eye primers, again, one that I'm wearing today. I've picked up, I think, maybe some eyeshadows and some setting powders and just some different things. So it's kind of fun to try a different product that maybe you didn't initially select, but then who knows, maybe you'll find a new favorite. Okay, I have a lot of stuff here, so I'm gonna quit talking about this and jump right into showing you guys what I picked up. So in addition to these 2 brushes here, the highlighter brush and a blurring brush, I also picked up a stippling brush. Now, if you look at this goes along with that whole Jelly Pop collection. They recently restocked a lot of the Jelly Pop items. I think there was maybe a lip product that I didn't pick up, but I think I picked up the rest of everything else. So I got a couple of the blushes. I've got the peach one and the berry one. I wasn't sure which one I liked better. Today I'm actually wearing the berry shade. These go on super sheer with your finger, but if you use a stippling brush, they are ridiculously pigmented. So choose your poison. I like the fact that you got a little bit of versatility to it. That was kind of a surprise. I have not tried the watermelon jelly cleanser yet. I'm curious to see how this works. Recently I've been trying a NYX cleanser, and I just don't feel like it really removes all the makeup, so I'll be curious to see if there's another budget friendly that really works. Again, I feel like these are marketed more towards a younger age group, and I've seen them for a long time, been kind of curious about them, especially as I've tried some sort of water gel type moisturizers and actually found that I really enjoy them, which is a huge shock because I would have always thought, having dry skin, having mature skin, I've always been drawn more towards the super rich creams. I don't know if it's like a spring summer thing that now I'm trying more of these. I remember years ago they had that Clinique Moisture Surge or the 24-hour Surge or whatever it is. I just never really felt like it did much to my skin. I felt like my skin was always dry. I tried this today. My skin does not feel dry and tight at all. I think you kind of have to get over the initial Hubba Bubba Bubblicious watermelon bubblegum type scent, but I do think it dissipates pretty quickly and it's not bothering me at all right now. I also tried the Jelly Pop primer, and it goes on tacky, and you do have to wait about, I would say wait at least 30 seconds before you go in with any kind of foundation. I do have that on my face today. My face now does not feel tacky at all. It doesn't feel sticky. It does have like hyaluronic acid and some other things that are nice for ladies of a certain age, but I don't know that the packaging is really my favorite. I do like the pump in this moisturizer though. I feel like it's a little bit better to have something that's kind of all closed in, like when you've got a jar and you open it up and you dig your fingers in it. Of course, your fingers are washed because why would you put your fingers on your face with dirty fingers? But anyway, you're dipping into the jar, then if you don't get the jar closed all the way, I don't know. I'm just really excited about this pump. I'll see if this actually does get out most of the product though, because that's kind of always the crux, you know, do you get to the bottom of it? How do I get the last of it out? You don't want to be cutting open tubes and stuff. That just is messy. All right, and because I love skincare and I don't like to commit to something unless I know it's going to actually work for me, I picked up the Jet Set Hydration Kit because, well, I mean, I have dry skin, so why not? And this actually looks like it comes with, let's open it up. Let's see what it actually comes in this pack. And these weren't very expensive, and I thought like this was like a low commitment way to try some of their products. Gives you enough to actually get a good bead on it, but if it doesn't work for you, then it's not like the end of the world. Okay, so there's a daily hydration moisturizer. We've got an illuminating eye cream, a nourishing night cream, prep and hydrate balm, which I'm a little bit confused on what that is, and a daily face cleanser. Oh, okay, so it says use a cleanser, obviously, with warm water, and then tone with prep and hydrate balm. Apply all over the face in a circular motion. Blend with fingertips to absorb. And then use the moisturizers. I would not have any idea. I don't think I've ever used a toner in quite that way. I guess it makes sense if you're trying to combat dry skin, that would be the... making a lot of noise with this pack here. Go ahead and put it down now. Okay, and then the other one I got is this. I mean, so we've got the Jelly Pop stuff, we've got the Jet Set Hydration Kit, and then this is Super Skincare Mini Kit. So this one has a Super Clarify Cleanser, more of a traditional looking like toner here. It's called Super Tone, more of a traditional type toner. I don't know about you guys, but as far as like the whole toner, so for the longest time I used toner on a cotton ball, and then you throw the cotton ball away, right? So then I bought the bamboo, like reusable cotton rounds that you can throw in the wash in comes in a little bag. Got them off Amazon. And they work okay, but I feel like they almost soak up too much toner. What I really have been enjoying doing is putting a toner in like any kind of like a spray bottle and spritzing it on your face, letting that kind of soak in. I feel like I get more product that way, and I don't feel like I need to exfoliate, and actually feel like my skin is behaving very well spritzing toner on instead of... Okay, and the next thing is a Super Hydrate Moisture. I don't know if it's a moisture mask. So there's like these super brightening peel pads, and I actually do like to do kind of like a glycolic acid or some sort of like a resurfacing pad at night after I, do my cleansers. Usually I'll do like a cleanser, I'll do a resurfacing pad, and then I'll do a toner and the moisturizers and, well, serums and moisturizers and whatever else. The whole thing, So I feel like these little products here, I think are about what I would use, especially like maybe at night. I don't know that this is enough of a moisturizing situation for a night cream, but maybe. I mean, I've been pleasantly surprised with the E.L.F. products that I've been using lately. And speaking of skincare, I also picked up one of these little acne sticks. I don't get a ton of it, but this is Salicylic Acid Acne Spot Gel with Aloe. On the occasional spots, which is kind of what I do have, occasionally I'll get a spot, I might put a little bit of this on. I don't usually do a lot of treatments during the daytime, but I'll put it on something at night before I go to bed. So I'll let you know how I feel about this. Haven't even opened it yet, don't know anything about it. I already had the E.L.F. This is the Mist and Set Primer. It's a super aggressive spray, but then I saw this setting mist that says Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist. Key of Microfine really got my attention. I used this today. It was the lightest, most comfortable. Like at first I wasn't even sure I was getting it on, and then I realized I was, and so we'll see how this actually holds up throughout the day, especially with hot, supposed to be like 103 here today. Fahrenheit, not Celsius. That would be hellish. You guys know that I love my E.L.F. Poreless Putty Primer. They have two other putty primers. One of them is an illuminating primer and one of them is a matte putty primer. I did not need to use either of these today because I used the Jelly Pop primer, and even with all the other liquids and everything else, I felt like my skin actually looks pretty healthy and pretty normal. It didn't require me to doctor anything up. If you guys haven't heard me talk about these the Poreless Putty Primer, I've actually used that not only underneath makeup but also over makeup. Sometimes you get a little crazy with or you don't realize that the blush is going to be so shiny, and if it gets into your texture, then it's just not a good look. And so I've occasionally gone to, tapping the primer over the top. I thought that the matte would be good for that. This luminous putty primer though, that might be a good kind of like subtle without being oily looking or without being too blinding, glittery, whatever else. I just thought it might actually give a nice healthy look, especially if you're doing kind of like a no makeup day. I'm excited to try those. Have not tried those yet. I have been a big fan of the E.L.F. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. My problem with this is I don't really need, or nor do I like, a really heavy, cakey, thick, super high coverage concealer. Occasionally on a blemish or a broken capillary, maybe, but I feel like this doe foot applicator that comes with this is large, and so you get a lot of product, and a little goes a long way in my opinion. I tried their hydrating camo concealer. One, I think the shade I got is too light. It doesn't cover very well for me, and I thought I would use it like underneath my eyes. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of this one. But I did pick up the HD lifting concealer. This is the shade Light, and it is not as light as this one. The hydrating camo concealer I got in Light Sand, and it is too light for me. However, the light in this HD concealer was actually really nice. I don't know what makes this so much more user-friendly to me. It comes in a much smaller package component, but the tip is much more fine, and I felt like I had a lot more control over where I put it. Like I used it just in my darkest part of my circles, and I felt like the color went really well. I don't feel like it was too bright, too light, too crepey, too any of those things. I'm just thrilled with this concealer. I normally don't do any kind of under eye setting powder. When E.L.F gives you a couple products to try when you purchase from them. I did pick up this Correct and Set eye powder. This is the Banana. I didn't realize it was a deep tone, so I haven't even tried this yet. I'm not particularly deep toned. I don't know what's gonna happen with that. I did get the Smoothest eye powder, and like I said, I don't normally set underneath my eye concealers or anything like that. I used the tiniest bit of this and I just tapped it right under my eyes, and I don't feel like I've got any kind of like crazy crepiness. Now, do I feel like everything is perfectly smooth? I'm a lady of a certain age. That's never gonna happen again. Like I'm accepting of that, but I don't need to draw attention to it, and I don't feel like this gave me sort of any kind of chalky undercast to it. Big sleeper. This cream contour palette, I saw somebody else use this just today in a video, and then I was like, did I get one of those? I did, and I used it, and I really, really, really like it. So this is gonna be definitely one I go back to again and again, I think. I did get the Jelly highlighter. Like the Jelly Pop blushes, I think a little goes a long way. So when I use the stippling brush, you could pretty much see me from outer space, but if I tapped on some with my finger, it went on great. It's like it's runny, and so you have to be careful not to tilt it, otherwise you'll just make a huge mess. I did also pick up one of these sheer blurring under eye primers, and I think this also might have been one of those that was like the gift with purchase kind of a thing. I used this today. I felt like it went on more sheer than the Becca under eye, kind of more emollient primer. I really like this. It felt comfortable. It didn't leave me any kind of like greasiness. I don't know that I can say 100% that it blurred anything, but it was very comfortable, and I don't feel like super crepey or anything else like that. I just used this, a little tiny bit of that HD concealer like right here, and then just the finest dusting of this under eye powder, and I am thrilled with the way my makeup looks today. A couple powders that I bought but haven't tried yet. One of them is the Halo Glow. This is a setting powder. I've been going back and forth trying to figure out, do I like setting powders more? Do I like finishing powders more? There does appear to be a difference. I think I like the finishing powders slightly more than the setting powders because it gives you kind of almost like a glow, lit from within kind of a glow, as opposed to chalkiness, but then that could be just the products I'm using. So I picked up both of these. I think this is one that I actually chose. Perfect Finish HD powder. It goes along with the HD lifting concealer, I guess. So I'll let you guys know in a future video if I bring those out and how I like them. I also picked up 2 of the mineral infused blushes. And these are in 2 different shades. One of them is called Always Punchy, and the other one's called Always Rosy. I was intrigued by it. Haven't tried any of these because the face I have on today is all liquids and creams and gels. So I am curious to see how these work, especially if they come on a little bit more matte. Probably makes me a little bit more happy, but without being chalky. So say primer infused, I don't even know what that means. Last 2 products in my haul, 2 kind of liquid eyeshadows. One of them is a matte eyeshadow product, and it's called Beautifully Bare Smooth Matte Eyeshadow, and this is in the shade Blushing Rose. I loved this. I put a little bit on and then tapped it in with my finger, and I loved the kind of clean, soft wash of color that it gave me without feeling too heavy and overdone. I have tried other cream eyeshadow products before, and I feel like the ones that I've tried that are like this, I feel like crease really bad. This one, I don't have any creasing at all. I'm thrilled with this. This one I just feel it was super natural, super comfortable. I love this. I would I don't know if they have any other colors, but I'm gonna probably find out. And then I tried their little glitter. This is called Pinky Swear. I did get glitter on my eyes. And of course, then I got glitter everywhere else. And it's a liquid glitter. So it's not a Stila like their Stay All Day. I don't know. Out of all this stuff, this is my least favorite. When I put it on, it was, you know, very tacky feeling. And then of course with my hooded lids, it traveled up too far. And then when I tried to tap it out with my finger, well, my finger, I've got fat fingers, I guess, and it just kind of got everywhere. It was harder to control. It wasn't really my favorite product. Don't know how often I would reach for that. Don't know that I can recommend that one, but the rest of it, I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled with my little e.l.f. haul, you guys. There are a couple products I didn't get. Probably not going to get the J. Kessa palette just because I feel like all those bold primary colors are just not really my thing. Occasional pop of color, sure, but I'm not somebody who's going to leave the house with crazy rainbow super creative eyeshadows or like super saturated rich colors. It's just not really my aesthetic. There isn't enough neutrals in there for me to make the rest of the palette work. The other one I'm probably not going to go with, but it probably would be kind of usable, and it's just, I don't know, it's just like a weird vibe. But the Retro Paradise palette, I think the colors themselves, they look okay. They look like they're completely wearable. I've seen some beautiful looks with them. I don't like the packaging. That seems shallow, that I'm judging a book by its cover, but there's so many other palettes out there that have beautiful packaging. I just don't like the packaging. So, sorry. Those are the two things I'm not going to get, but I do like the blushes, and I'm going to look for more of those cream eyeshadows because I think that actually made me super happy. All right, you guys, that's it for my why did I buy so much e.l.f. stuff. The Jelly Pop stuff, you guys, I'm pleasantly surprised. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about them. I like the fact that these little sample kits are a way to try out some of their other skincare products, which I've never used any of the e.l.f. skincare products before. So if you guys are new here, my name is Shelly. I'm not a makeup artist. I don't get anything in PR. I'm not sponsored. I'm not affiliated. I'm not endorsed. I don't do anything like that. I just like to play with makeup. And especially when things are as budget friendly as e.l.f., it's easy to try to explore a little bit and get out of your comfort zone. I strongly encourage you guys to take care of yourselves, and until my next video, bye for now.